Okay, this is a review for the Jerry Harvey, or the JH LOLA. It's a hybrid design. It's universal, obviously, because I don't do customs. I'm going to go from left sweep to right. On the left side, you see it. That would be the position that I would wear. It's got very long stems, and you would usually have this a little bit rotated. But for my personal use, I rotated slightly forward and got a perfect seal using these green tips. Perfect. Great. The beginning, I was trying to do it standard, you know, over the ear hook. I couldn't seem to get the full seal. Rotate. I thought, kick it forward. There we go. The music that I use, but don't need to add it because I'm not going to talk about really anything besides Black Sabbath. Guns N' Roses, Mama Kin. I listened to Guns N' Roses because this set is actually wrecked by Slash. The new Lola in-ears are designed with guitarists in mind. My guitar sounds way, emphasize, more natural than with old in-ears. That's paid for hype. That's kind of trash and Jerry. Maybe not, but I think yes, right? I'm sure Slash is getting financial compensation for using his image and all that stuff, but whatever. So I'd kick it slightly forward. The quality of the build, the cable, the screw-on connection 4-pin is pro level. This is very, very strong, high quality stuff. That, you see that right there? That tuning system is the best that I've ever come across in my short YouTube life, which is about 3 years now. It's excellent. And I'm wondering, does Jerry have a patent or something? Because while I'm doing a video and I'm listening to music and I'm tuning, it's so easy. When you do it and it's in your ear, you really can't. You can't hit switches, no way. And you can't really turn the dial. You got to take it out of your ear, turn it a little, put it back in your ear. This you can do while you listen, which kind of matches the whole pro level type thing. If this was done with the dynamic driver in the low end, and that's left and right, by the way, it's not bass and treble or something like that, that would be cool, Jerry, if you're listening, and you're not. But if you were, that would be kind of dope. You know who would need that? I don't know, a bassist, a drummer maybe, you know, the bass lovers. You could throw us a cookie, man. So rotate it, perfect fit, build quality, excellent tuning system, best I've come across. Naga Audio Series. I'm going to hit this because I'm going from right to left. I talked about this about a week and a half ago, and I said that, you know, for monitoring, vocals, guitar, these are really, really good, and they're very affordable. I'm going to say that again because I'm going to put this graph on maybe tomorrow or the next day. It's tunable. It's got the same non-pina gain, non-harmonic extending line. It's very, very stable from 30 hertz all the way to about 2 kilohertz with a little bit of wave. Very similar to what this does. This got a post 9K spike, and that's it pretty much, unless you choose to up the bass, which you can do with that tuning. But because it's BA, it's a dynamic sandwich. BA bread, dynamic meat, BA bread, bass, mids, treble, because he thinks that the dynamic does the mid frequencies best. But okay, he's the pro, not me. Listening to what I did, I can kind of get what he's saying. So I listened to Mama Kin because he's playing it. Sounded great. No More, No More. I thought the piano sounded really, really good. Listened to Grateful Dead Ripple and was kind of blown. And when I was first listening to this, I was very, very disappointed because I was listening to it in its normal position. And I thought, man, how can professionals use this? I was literally like, wow, this is not very good stuff. And then I just rotated it and got a seal, and there's something to be said about getting good fit, man. Highly underrated in this hobby. People get stuff that doesn't fit them, or they don't try, or they don't tip roll, and they never get the sound that the tuners and the creators made for them. Like, I discovered that today, and I've been doing this for a while. I almost gave up on this set, rotated it forward, everything changed. So I get to Ripple by the Grateful Dead, and I'm like, holy crap. For some reason, I thought, I'm going to go to Black Sabbath. So I go to Black Sabbath, and I start listening to Sweet Leaf. And this is where stuff gets great or terrible, depending on how you look at it. There's a part at 2:39, if you're a drummer, you can go ahead and listen to this. At 2:39 timestamp, it sounds like a pasty gong. which is basically this. This would be closer to the size of something like Bonham. This is it right here. And then Bonham's kit, you can see one right here. But so I'm looking for Bill Ward's kit. And this is pretty much what they got listed. You know, bass drum, superphonic, tom, floor tom, hi-hat, ride crash, and 22-inch ride. The most likely culprit for this sound at 239 would be the 22-inch ride, but no. There's no way. There's absolutely no way that that's making this sound, which means that he, though it's not listed anywhere that I can find it, give it one more try. I had a gong in there. Yeah, I ain't seeing it. So this is what I was doing before I was going to do the video, and then I thought the fact that I was doing this at all should be the video. I was so focused on, yeah, that's not showing me what I need. He is using, this is 1971 that this was made. This album, Master of Reality, was made in 1971. And at 239 there's this. So I'm looking online, and I left my tabs up. Might take this one down because I just did this right in front of you. Bill Ward's drum kit. Bill Ward, working with gongs. Drummer World, Bonham. Drummer World, Bill Ward. Ginger Baker, I wanted to take a look because I love Ginger Baker. He's got such a unique sound, man. He's got a very simple kit. This is the one I most remember him for. So that's what we're looking at. So I'm listening to this set, this Lola set, and I'm tripping out on a drummer's drum kit and convincing myself that I'm hearing something that is not pictured. There's no way. Listen to that. No way. There's no way. If you're a drummer, come in and tell me, yes way, yes way. I don't think so, man. If you got stuff like this because you're a professional and you monitor, please listen to 239. It repeats itself maybe before that and after that. And I spent 30 minutes at least looking for a piece of kit. And then I thought, that's what this is doing. I'm focusing on a particular sound because it's so clear. And I'm convinced that that's not part of what I'm hearing. Did they mix that in at the studio in 1971? That sounds just like a gong. Why isn't it part of his kit? Was somebody in the studio just striking that thing and they mix that in? It's possible. I don't know. It's got I think there's other Black Sabbath tunes that got something very similar to it. It's not a 22-inch ride. There's no way. And this is where people are like, I hate this dude. He's not even a reviewer. He's like a fucking OCD freak. All right, that's legit. But I'm a music lover, man. I put it up there for you. There's Bob Marley, there's Led Zeppelin, there's Van Halen, there's Pink Floyd, there's Tupac, there's Jimi Hendrix. You see my library when I show it to you, which is every single video that I do. I'm tripping out on a song that I trip out on a lot, and I hear a particular piece of kit, and I'm thinking, shh, that doesn't sound like, that sounds like a gong, man. What's the name, Pasty? That's what it sounds like, man. Go ahead on YouTube, listen to this, listen to that, and that does not look like Bill Ward's kit. But that's Bill Ward on that track. So he had it for that song, or they mixed it in the studio. That is not a ride. That's not a 22-inch ride. I know that because the Lola showed it to me. Because the Lola is a monitor. So if you look at the graph and you think that looks way too, flat, it's the same as this. Listening to guitar and vocals on this set is great. You don't get the fatigue that the harmonic, if people say, oh, that's not how vocals really sound. There's a somewhat subdued presentation to the monitor in general, because you're trying to focus on maybe your instrument plus the vocalist, or you're not trying to get a V. You're not even really trying to get a U. You're trying to get a relatively balanced, move it right along type of replay. That's it. You're not trying to please the listener, because this is for consumers and sells, makes mass production and stuff. But this really is something that is made for a monitor, for a person that's trying to listen to themselves, or themselves plus other people in the band. I'm a person that listens to audio gear that's tuned for people, just people, with emphasized bass and emphasized treble and peanut gain and all that stuff. And recessed mids are a victim of the tuning for, everybody enjoying the music. I get it. I do it all the time. Listening to stuff that's like the Naga Audio or this Lola is kind of fun as hell, actually, because I never looked at Bill Ward's drum set. I never would have thought that I would look at Bill Ward's drum set. And also Ginger Baker's. And then took a look at John Bonham's. That's what I did, because this is what this set stimulated me to do. Am I even going to publish this? I don't know. This is not a review. How is the replay? I can't break it down into bass, mids, and treble, because it's all very similar if you don't turn that tune up. It's a monitor. If you're a professional musician, you already know about Jerry Harvey. I assume you do. And this is not cheap, but goddamn. It's made for Slash, and I'm tripping on drums, not guitar. I'm not listening to Jimi Hendrix. I'm not listening to a bunch of guitarists, though I did enjoy Ripple tremendously. But it was the drums that pulled me in. And the Naga does the same thing. So I said when I did this video, this has a place in my collection because it does what others don't. That fully is reinforced now. I can't really wreck something this expensive just for monitoring certain things, but if you're into music and monitoring or mixing, this is a set that you should really consider. When you look at that stable graph, it's the same thing Jerry did, with the ability to spice it up if you want. Really, really good work. I like it a lot. And the difference between this, which is your standard position, this was, what did I buy? And then I rotated it a little more forward, and bam, I'm tripping on Bill Ward. 239, check it out. If somebody was expecting something more, I'm sorry. This is actually, let me give you an insight. Let me add 2 minutes to something that's already 10 minutes too long. The video that I did for the Dunu Luna with the Atlantis Donovan intro is the funnest video I've ever made in my life, as far as watching it after I made it. That was so nice. I loved that track. I loved the needle drop. I watched the finish. Loved it. Loved it. Didn't really, just loved it. That was for me. I didn't know it until I was done making it. Loved it. I like this too. I just was tripping on drum kits because of a set of earphones was doing something a little bit different from most of the other ones besides a recent one, which took me as being kind of odd. But now I'm combining the two, and I'm thinking this is one of the ways. This is the calmer, long-term listening, focused on the vocalist, focused on the guitarist, and drums, really the drums too, with sets that are tuned like this. So if somebody says, oh, the peanut gainer, graphs are great to a point, and then you've got people like professionals, and they make it for professionals, and they're more concerned with cohesive connection of multiple drivers of same or different type, more than they are with peanut gain, apparently. And I'm totally on board with that. So I'm out. That is the JH Lola. It gets the rec because I think it's great, but I think the Naga Audio Series is a more affordable alternative, but you can't adjust the bass for that. And if anybody knows if this is patented tech, let me know, because I would love to attach this cable to some other sets, like modify. That would be cool as hell, to tune a dynamic. Okay, I'm out. I'm out. I'm gone. Bill Ward, drums, 239. Check it out. Wow. That's not a 22-inch ride. No way.
Selling cocaine, the ripping shows live on stage for hoes yelling my name. To be precise, ripping mics is the light of my life.